Merry Christmas! Happy holidays! I hope you're not neglecting spending time with your family to watch this video right now. I wanted to shoot this Q&A in front of the Christmas tree at my mom's house, but there's a lot of people over there and it's kind of loud, so I opted for the quiet solitude of my bedroom. I don't have a lot of evolutions today, but I do have something that's even more fun. Packages. Christmas presents, as it were. These are packages that were delivered to my new mailbox. We'll get to those after the evolutions, but first, I opened my game and my eggs are hatching. Hopefully I get lucky. This is 6 5-kilometer eggs, and Cassie just hatched a Porygon and a Grimer. I don't think I'm gonna have the same luck, but we'll see. Tentacool. Eevee. That's okay. I have been looking for some decent IV Eevees lately. That's kind of a bummer. Krabby. Okay. Another Nidoran. Last one. Can I get lucky? No. Kind of disappointed with those hatches, but let's take a look at the Pokemon. Here's what I have to evolve today. Only 4. Abra, Execute, Ghastly, and Seal. I'm excited for all of them, Abra especially because it's the one with perfect IVs that I hatched this week. Let's just jump into it. We'll start with Seal. I'm still looking for a Dugong with a good Ice-type moveset. That's going to be either Ice Shard Blizzard or Frost Breath Blizzard. I haven't gotten lucky with one of my evolutions yet, but hopefully that's going to change right now. Right now. Yes. Perfect. 1055, Frost Breath Blizzard. This is perfect for training up gyms. Alright, first question. How do you organize your Pokedex? CP, best attackers, defenders? By Pokedex, I'm assuming you mean my Pokemon list here. With over 500 Pokemon in my storage, it can take a very long time to find the ones I need when I'm training or battling a gym. So to make things quicker, I've tagged all the Pokemon with usable movesets using the symbols that I've explained in a previous video, which you can check out here if you haven't seen that. And I make sure to put those symbols before the Pokemon's name, so that way I can sort alphabetical, and all the Pokemon with symbols before their name will show up at the top of the list. That way I know I have all these Pokemon, everything right here with a symbol before its name has a usable moveset. These are all Pokemon that I would consider using in battle, whether it's to train or take down an enemy gym. And since I use the symbols to represent the type of the moves, typically they're organized by type. For some reason, some of them aren't perfectly organized, like Magneton with the lightning bolt comes first, but then Primeape with the fighting symbol comes after, then more electric types, then more fighting, but after that it kind of starts to make sense. I have two, not really. As we scroll down, it makes a little more sense. My rock type attackers here, then bug type attackers, another electric type snuck in there somehow. Here's some water types. Psychic is all grouped together. These ones have dark type quick attacks. So by using the symbols before the name and then sorting alphabetical, it'll put all your usable Pokemon at the top of the list, so you don't have to scroll through all 500 when you're looking for something. I know on iOS you're really limited on the emoji and Unicode symbols that you can use in Pokemon names, so you can use other symbols like asterisks or exclamation marks to sort the Pokemon at the top. If you just put an asterisk before all your common attackers or gym trainers, they'll appear at the top of the list without having to use symbols. Did the heater just turn on? We have the heater set to turn on when the house is 55 degrees. Hopefully that's useful and helps you organize your Pokemon and cut some time down when choosing which Pokemon to use in battle. Now, next evolution, I'm going to do Execute. I've already evolved a few Executes recently, and I have Zen Headbutt, Solar Beam, I have Confusion Solar Beam. Right now I'm kind of just looking for more, I guess. More good Executors, can't complain. Let's see what I get. Zen Headbutt, Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb's not bad because Exeggutor is going to use it more frequently than Solar Beam, and it's a little bit more difficult to dodge. Either way, I already have what I need there, so I'm not complaining. Does Go Plus use a pedometer to track distance? What's the most accurate way to track distance between Go Plus, the app, or the Apple Watch? Go Plus doesn't have a pedometer. It tracks distance the same way that the app alone does, so it's not any more accurate. So Go Plus and the app track distance the same way. It checks your location at a certain time, then checks your location again, 15 seconds later. It used to be a minute, it seems now that it updates every 15 seconds or so. And all it does is calculate the distance that you've traveled in a straight line in that interval. So every 15 seconds, it checks your location and then adds up the distance between them. The maximum speed that you can get credit for is 10.5 kilometers per hour, meaning if you move faster than that in that 15-second interval, you're not going to get credit for it. Also, if you don't travel in a straight line during that 15-second interval, you're not going to get full credit. Let's say you round a corner, instead of getting credit for 10 meters this way and 10 meters this way, you get credit for a squared plus b squared equals c squared, about 14 meters. So you're missing out on 6 meters by not traveling in a straight line. Now with the Apple Watch, I'll be right back because Cassie's wearing it. With the Apple Watch, it actually uses the watch's built-in fitness tracking to calculate distance. The watch has a pedometer built in, and the Series 2 watch actually has its own GPS, but I'm not sure if the Pokemon Go watch app actually uses that GPS, or if it just relies on the pedometer like the Series 1. Since the watch uses its own built-in fitness tracking to count your distance for eggs and buddy Pokemon, it'll actually work on a treadmill, or doing other workouts, or just swinging your arm like this. So check it out. Right now, I just started 0 kilometers, 0 kilometers, 4.05, 4.06, they actually just updated. So 0 kilometers and 4.06 on the eggs. And now I just swing my arm back and forth to imitate a walking motion, activate the pedometer in the watch, and I should be getting distance on these eggs. Also, I know that you're super excited to watch this because this is totally what you come to Trainer Tips for. Time lapses of me swinging my arm above my head and then resting it here because it gets tired. Still nothing? This is embarrassing. This was totally working yesterday. So check it out. 0.89 kilometers. Still no update on the eggs though. 0.99. 1 kilometer. These eggs should actually be hatching, but apparently I'm just making a fool of myself for no reason. 10 minutes? 10 minutes elapsed. Have I really been doing this for 10 minutes? I give up. I chose to answer this question specifically because I wanted to show you guys this, and it was totally working. And there are plenty of reports online of people getting it to work, but it's not working for me. I'll just keep it on throughout the rest of this Q&A, see what happens. I restarted it, so we're at 0 kilometers, 4.06 still. Anyway, I swear it works. So to answer the question, if this was working, if this was actually tracking distance for me, the watch would be the best way to track distance. It's not necessarily the most accurate, but it is probably going to be more accurate than relying on the app alone or using Go Plus, which is the same thing. The watch app will... I should put it on this hand since I'm always moving this one. The watch app will track distance during any sort of activity. So if you're on a treadmill, if you're on an elliptical, if you go for a run, if you just sit here shaking your arm above your head like I just did for almost 10 minutes, it should track distance, and I don't know why it's not. It's honestly, I think it's just to make me look dumb. So anyway, next evolution. Ghastly. I would like a Gengar with its highest DPS moveset, which is going to be Shadow Claw and Sludge Bomb. I already have my Shadow Claw Shadow Ball Gengar, but the DPS is so much better on Shadow Claw Sludge Bomb. Why did I think I had enough candies for that? Merry Christmas, everyone. I guess that evolution stops there for now. Shadow Claw Sludge Bomb on a Haunter is actually going to be pretty good because Haunter has a very high attack stat. The next question is, please review why you want higher XP. What are the advantages of higher levels? Lucky Eggs double XP, but why do we want it? Well, you want more XP so that you can be a higher level. You want to be a higher level so you can power up your Pokemon more. You want to power up your Pokemon more so you can get better placement in gyms. You want to get better placement in gyms so you can hold more gyms at a time. You want to hold gyms so that you can collect coins. You want to collect coins so that you can spend them in the shop. You want to spend them in the shop on lucky eggs so you can double your experience. You want to double your experience to get a higher level. You want to get a higher level to power up your Pokemon more. You see where I'm going with this? There's no reason. It's an endless cycle. As it stands, there is no point to Pokemon Go. There's no real challenge that you're trying to accomplish. The closest thing that we have to that is completing your Pokédex. But the reason I think so many people stop playing the game once they complete their Pokédex is because there's not really a game left after that. Let's face it, battling gyms really isn't that fun. It's not something that you really want to do for hours on end. So besides just collecting as many Pokemon as you can, there's not a whole lot to do. I've said this before, but releasing new Pokemon, Gen 2, Gen 3, and beyond, is going to keep people entertained for as long as they need to catch those Pokemon. Once you catch them all, what else is there? What Niantic really needs to do to keep people interested is improve the actual game. Make something that keeps people wanting to play beyond just catching Pokemon. I understand that the point of the game, the focus, the reason behind creating it was to get people out and exploring their neighborhoods, and even beyond that. And in that regard, it's been a massive success. But as a game, as an actual product that you enjoy playing for a challenge, to test yourself against other people, it's just not there. To be blunt, in its current state, Pokemon Go is not much more than a glorified scavenger hunt. And please don't get me wrong, I do enjoy playing the game. It's a dream come true for me to be able to walk around in real life and find Pokemon. But as a game, as someone who's interested in game design, I feel that Pokemon Go falls short. So to answer the question, what's the point of leveling up? There really isn't one. You can make taking over gyms your goal in this game, but to be honest, it's not required. There's no reason you actually need to level up. At level 20, your Pokemon are plenty strong enough to battle enemy gyms and beat them. If you want to level up, if you want to power up your Pokemon, the only reason is because you want to have the highest possible placement in gyms. And they're not even going to stay there that long, regardless of whether they're at the bottom or the top. Any gym can be taken down by one determined player. So the goal of this game right now is whatever you make it. If you want to make your goal completing the Pokédex, that's your goal. If you want to make your goal taking over 10 gyms a day, that's your goal. If you want to make your goal losing weight while you play the game, that's your goal. How you want to play Pokemon Go is totally up to you. It's very open-ended, and I really admire that. But again, it's more of an experience than it is an actual game. Okay, now, last evolution. This is the big one. This is my perfect IV Abra, and I'm just gonna rename it right now. I'm really hoping for, well, you know what? You know what I'm hoping for. I'm just gonna do it. Here we go. I've at least gotten Confusion Psychic on my other two Alakazams, which is its second best moveset offensively and its best moveset on defense. But on this one, Confusion Shadow Ball and Confusion Dazzling Gleam are its two worst movesets. So I have one of the two worst. I don't have a question for this because I wasn't planning on talking about it, but this is a perfect opportunity to bring it up. Something I get asked a lot is, are we ever going to have the ability to influence or change our Pokemon's movesets? The truth is, I don't know. I don't get to decide what Niantic does with this game, but my opinion is we absolutely should have some way of changing our Pokemon's movesets. One of the things that I enjoyed most about the main series Pokemon games was the ability to customize my Pokemon, to choose which stats to train up, as far as EV training, to choose which moves to teach them, to craft the exact Pokemon that I want for whatever purpose I want to use it for. That's something that's missing entirely from Pokemon Go. We're relying on a roll of the dice to get what we need, and it's incredibly disappointing when you have the potential best attacker in Pokemon Go and you just get crushed by its terrible moveset. TMs are a very obvious and seemingly easy way to implement this. A TM, if you're not familiar, is a technical machine. It's an item that lets you teach a move to a Pokemon in the main series games. In Pokemon Go, Niantic could probably pretty easily make a TM for each of the existing moves that you could use to teach that move to a Pokemon. It could allow for expanded move pools, it could let you teach actually useful moves to Pokemon like Fearow or Dodrio or Seaking, who have pretty much no use because their moves are all terrible. And it could also prevent you from getting frustrated like I am when your perfect IV Alakazam evolves to have a terrible moveset. TMs could drop at a low rate from Pokestops, and they could do a lot to help the customization aspect of Pokemon that's really missing from Pokemon Go. Sorry if this hasn't been the happy Christmas Q&A that you wanted, but so many things have happened that are just really frustrating, and this watch is still not updating the eggs. It's 0.71 kilometers that I've walked by just swinging my hand around, but 4.06 on the eggs still. So, I don't know. Maybe that got patched, maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong, but here's the actual last question I was planning to answer. Do you have any more collaborations planned? The answer is yes, I actually have one coming out tomorrow. The next video in the International Dex series will be tomorrow. That way I can spend time with my family on Christmas. I might shoot and edit because my cousin wants to go to a nest on Christmas once we all meet up. So I might shoot a little bit on Christmas and maybe edit that the next day, but I don't want to have to edit something on Christmas. So you're going to see an International Dex video tomorrow. I'm actually really excited for it because it takes place in a location that actually has winter, a place that deals with snow and bad weather, and it's actually a rural location as well. So it's a good look at what playing Pokemon Go is like in the winter and what playing Pokemon Go is like in a rural area. And then those two combined, which makes for some very interesting challenges that I don't face here in Southern California. I hope you're looking forward to that, but for now, let's open some presents. It's Christmas after all. These all came from my mailbox. Thanks for a great show. Hope these fit at least one of you. Best regards, Go264. Thank you, Go264, for the Pikachu socks. I'm not sure if they'll fit me. They might stretch. But if not, they'll definitely fit Cassie. So thank you. Appreciate that. You want some socks?
Yeah.
Alright, next one. This is super taped up. Hi Nick, huge fan of the channel. My girlfriend and I are patrons and we watch every episode every day. Thank you. I think compassion is important, and the more we talk about our individual experiences with others, the more we can help change the world for better. I agree completely. Happy holidays and my best to Cassie and your family. Keep doing what you're doing. Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. Sweet. Magnetic to-do list. This is actually really helpful because I forget things a lot. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you for the letter. Thank you for the to-do lists. I just need something magnetic to stick them to. Once I find an apartment, I'll stick them to the fridge. Okay, one more package. Look. Cassie likes it.
Oh, snacks. Thank you.
It's a long one. Fashion sketches. So I wanted to draw you and your girl from episode 60-something from the San Fran series. Yeah, we did look good in San Francisco. Adrian, thank you so much. This is actually really cool. You definitely chose one of our best dressed days here. So that's it. That's it for my Christmas presents for today. I hope all of you got everything you wanted, and I hope you realize that you already have everything you need. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next episode in the International Dex series, and until then, Merry Christmas. Happy Holidays. 4.17. Are you serious? It's still going up? I said Siri. The distance is going up for Cassie now, and she's just been packing up her stuff here in the room.
Siri.
So I don't know. The watch only likes her and not
Siri.
me, apparently.
You suck.
Can you just, okay. 4.17.
You can't demand it. You just have to naturally do it.
Just shake your arm back and forth for like 30 seconds. Go.
No.
Please?
No.
It's an experiment.
See?
It's not
18. I don't even have to do it for 30 seconds.
Are you serious? So there you go. It does work. I don't know why. It wouldn't do it for me. I'm convinced that Apple and Niantic just want to make me look bad, but there you go. The watch does work if you just sit here swinging it. So I really think that is the best way to track distance. You're going to get credit for distance that you're not even walking. Did it go up again?
Yep. 420.
Ridiculous. It works. I'll see you guys tomorrow.